That's what you get on Patreon. You want an up close and personal Gio Gonzo, you're going to get one.
Hello there everybody, it's the Patreon Match of the Day style highlights video that we like to do, and there's so many games going on at the moment, which means there's so much content going up on patreon.com/Hammers Chat. But we're going to start off with something a little bit different. We've been running a series over there ranking every single West Ham player based on their transfer value. Now, I should probably apologise to Gio and Gonzo because I don't think they wanted this clip included, but I'll be honest with you, I thought it was too good to leave out. So sorry Gio, sorry Gonzo, and to everyone else, enjoy the video.
And lastly, Michail Antonio.
Oh, I don't know why it's a surprise. Why am I surprised that you would say that? I haven't given it any thought at all.
It's because it's a hard one to price, isn't it? I reckon, right, I'm glad this is on Patreon. Michail Antonio, how much is he worth?
Do you want me to write it down before you say anything?
Yeah,
I'll write it down right now because otherwise
You
it will
can
look
guess.
like we're gonna preempt it. All right.
Are you writing down yours? Or are you writing down what you think
I'm
going to
writing.
say?
I'm writing my thing here. All right.
Okay, I've written mine down as well. After
Oh,
three.
sorry.
1,
Yep.
2, 3.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
8 million.
10 million.
8 million.
Yeah, I bottled it because I did 5. Oh no, you can't do that.
Yeah, I was thinking 6 million, 8 million. I thought I'll be generous.
Not because he's crap, but for all the reasons you're about to say.
He's old and broken. He is, isn't he? He's 32. I'm pretty sure he's 32 years of age. He's broken. You can't rely on him. Actually, I think 8 million is too generous. He plays for Jamaica. You have to take this into consideration. If any club's looking at him, you're looking at him thinking he's going to fuck off every 3 months and go to the other side of the world. You don't want that, do you? You don't want that in your team. It's all right if you're buying Zaha or something, but you're not. You're buying a broken striker, broken winger, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I reckon about 8 million or something. It's not worth it. Would I sell him? Probably not. But he's not worth much. He's got a really poor injury record. He's not been in great form this season. There's arguments that I wouldn't say he's finished, but if he continues his form that he's shown over the last few months between now and the end of the season, which is 2 or 3 goals in the last 20 games, if he continues that, we've got a massive problem on our hands. We'll have someone that scored about 5 goals in 30 games. That's worrying. That's like Norwich striker form. We have scored, I think, like the 5th most goals in the Premier League this season, right? So you can't score all those goals and say we don't create chances for the striker. Right, so what, we're creating chances for Jared Bowen only? No, that's not the case. We are creating chances. He is just not scoring. Yeah, 8 million is probably generous thinking about it.
Do you think Charlie might clip that little bit that we just done out for the whole video?
Maybe. I don't mind being stitched up. But anyway, you said 10. It's rather that you've gone big.
No, I'm not blaming you. I think we're both. Look, there's no difference in it. You're having a laugh. Crikey. No. No. It's funny, isn't it? I see he's old and broken. I do like that.
He is.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. It's funny because it's true.
Good morning, everyone. It's match day. 5:30 alarm. Who gets up at that ungodly hour on a Sunday morning? Anyway, we'll be heading off in just 5-10 minutes. It's just before 7 o'clock. I would say it's a season-defining game for both teams, actually. We're both vying for the same positions in the league. At the minute, it's only top 6 get European football. It's tight. 5 teams playing for 4th, 5th and 6th. So it's 5 teams playing for 3 spots. 2 teams are going to finish 7th and 8th. I think it gives Moyes a bit of a dilemma when the Europa League game comes around, because he's looking at the league table thinking, hang on, we're in the shot top 6 football here. We've got a chance of qualifying from European football to the league here. What do we do? I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get on the road, head to London, and let's see what today's got in store for us. 5:30 on a Sunday. Oh, grim. Right, we're just leaving the boats there. They're somewhere behind us. We'll see them in a minute. Just seeing the 2 teams. West Ham team. It's unsurprising, really, isn't it? But I've seen the Wolves team. And I'll tell you what, fancy your chances now, actually. That's not a strong Wolves team, is it? Their second choice left wing back, second choice right wing back, second choice centre mid, second choice striker, Fabio Silva. Don't know his goal scoring record for Wolves off the top of my head, but it's not very good, is it? I think he's had a handful of goals. There you go, there's the boats. Down in the distance. I'm going to revise my score prediction. I'm going to say, I'm just going to stick with 1-0, but I'm going to flip the teams round. I'm going to say 1-0 West Ham, actually. Anyway, what a beautiful day it is in Stratford, by the way. Absolutely glorious. Sun's shining, nice couple of dregs. We're way into the ground now and get ready for the game, and hopefully witness 3 points for West Ham and a good atmosphere. Catch you in a bit. Baby is home, she's returned. Anyway, there you go, patrons. Hope you've enjoyed that vlog. Tried to do a bit more chatty. Get used to it. I'll get the hang of this at the end of the season, and then there'll be no more to do. Good morning, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Good morning, Gonzo. How is oneself?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. I'm waiting on a delivery, which is why I'm sat in the kitchen looking out the window. Oh, seems to happen quite a lot, but everybody just gets everything delivered these days, don't they? So
what's coming? What are you waiting on?
A TV.
Oh. Now, Kurt Zouma both gave him man of match, but what are you saying for his mark?
A 10 out of 10. It was the consummate centre-half performance. So I think he was... In fact, I will mirror what I just said. Zouma didn't leave Dawson much to clear on the ground. I don't think Dawson left Zouma much to clear in the air. But what he did... What Dawson did get his head on, Zouma got his head on everything, but it wasn't that in particular. It was his blocking. It was his tackling. Even there was one point where he'd fallen over and he still managed to get the ball, managed to get up before the attacker and then played a pass into midfield. He read the game tremendously well. There were a couple of times where he was in one-on-one situations. He won the duel. There were times when you really felt that they were going to be in a really good attacking position. And he stopped the shot. The reason I didn't know what to score Fabianski was largely down to Zouma. And the bit where we thought he might be injured, he even won that. I know why he was booed. I know why they were booing. And I think some of the booing gets mixed up with our fans shouting Zouma. So I think that can sound like booing, but I think there was some booing, but also Zouma, was going on as well. I just wonder if it got to the point where maybe the Wolves fans might have been thinking, actually, there's no point. I did wonder, actually. I thought about, the score. I thought about this yesterday because I would do this video. And I thought, does he need to score a goal to get a 10? And I thought, under normal circumstances, I would probably, that would get the 10 for me scoring a goal. But I thought in this instance, it doesn't. Actually, if you just want to assess him as being a centre-half, that was it. It was as good a performance as you're likely to see. And there was no change. 10 out of 10. Well done, Zouma.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'll give him a 10. He's not been dribbled past. Statistically, Premier League, Curtis Zouma has yet to be dribbled past. It's March tomorrow. I know he's been out for a little while, but that's still an unbelievable statistic. I thought he was just a monster. There was times yesterday a striker would be backing into it, the ball would go to the striker's chest, he'd be backing into Zouma. I think, the striker's got him here. And somehow Zouma would just go away with the ball. He wasn't even just tackling him. He was winning possession and dribbling away with it. I thought, how have you done that? How have you managed to do that? He looked 70-30 in favour of the Wolves player, and he'd win it. I just thought, what on earth is going on here? When he was down injured, the Wolves fans were singing, now you know how your cat feels, or how your cat felt. Something like, now you know how your cat feels, or something they were chanting. Well, actually, come the 90 minutes, now you know how West Ham fans feel watching Kurt Zouma, because what an absolute monster he is. He just won everything. He even tried a scorpion kick to score a goal. He did go 50 foot over the bar, and he did take it away from Antonio. But he was just unbelievable. There was a couple of times the Wolves would be breaking. He would just appear from nowhere, like that Fabio Silva one. When you're watching it, you're just watching Fabio Silva bearing down on goal. When Rice done it to Marcus Rashford against Man U a few seasons ago, you're just watching Rashford running on goal thinking, oh no! And then bang, tackle comes in. You think, where's he come from? I didn't even see him. He wasn't even in my eyesight. That was just an unbelievable challenge from Kurt Zuma. I just couldn't believe how good he was yesterday, actually. And you're right, there is the booing from the away fans, but then the home fans all go, Zoo! So it sounds like booing, But yesterday, the cheers from his performance was massive from the home fans. At one point, he was screaming at Fabianski. Fabianski wanted to play the goal kick long, and Zuma refused to get out of the box. They stood either side of him, and then Fabianski does his thing. Obviously, he's by his side, but he does that thing where he goes up his goal. He's trying to waste time. Now you can jog up the pitch. Zuma just stood there and was like, feet, pass the ball to my feet now. And you can see Fabianski going, go on, get up the box. And Zuma was just like, give me the ball. I'm not moving. So he rolled it to him. Zuma turned around, dribbled with it a little bit. Lanzini come running 15 yards deep, slides it into Lanzini, out to Creswell. Suddenly Creswell's got the ball on the halfway line. He's like, there you go, Fabianski. That's how easy it can be. Just trust Kurt Zuma. If somehow there's an Olympic sprinter on the edge of the box that manages to close Kurt Zuma down within a second, I can guarantee you he will get rid of it. He'll just pass it back to you to boot it down your pitch yourself, or he'll find another player. A commanding performance from Zuma, took responsibility at the back. One of my favourite individual performances of the season, actually, that from any West Ham player from Kurt Zuma yesterday. Good. The strengths, listen, they're banging form. Absolute banging form. You don't need me to tell you that. They know what they're doing. They play very similar formations week in, week out. Everybody knows the role. He could do 6-7 changes tomorrow night, Hasenhüttl. The players he brings in knows exactly what they're doing. They're well prepared. They're ready for this game. They will be. Their weaknesses. I don't feel they score loads. I think they've got 1 or 2 goals in them at the most. You score 2, you don't get beat against Southampton. As far as they beat us 3-2, didn't they? Well, ignore that statement. Usually, if you score 2 against Southampton, you won't get beat unless you're West Ham playing at the London Stadium. That was silly. I'm not redoing the whole video. Just get rid of that. I'll just deal with the embarrassment. In all honesty, if Hasenhüttl fields that team tomorrow night, I'm going to be worried. I'm going to get a little bit worried. There's part of me thinking he will rotate. I don't know why. I've just got this feeling, and I think there's a feeling among Southampton fans he's going to rotate as well. Anyway, Ralph, when he did speak about football, he sort of suggested he might make some changes. He was very coy about it, a bit like what Moyes was, really. Neither manager really given too much away. And Ralph Hasenhüttl also just said about how in the previous rounds he has rotated because he has got a decent-sized squad, and that he needs to keep the players happy for the atmosphere of the club, needs to keep them sharp. He's got some players he has to look after. He basically said they've got a lot of football in the next 2 weeks, so there will be changes. He didn't really indicate specifically last night, but then he did say there will be 1 or 2. But then he later on at the very end said that he's pleased there's 5 substitutions allowed in the FA Cup games because he can take advantage of that and give some players game time that he wants to.
So it wasn't Moyes that said that, obviously.
No, it definitely wasn't Moyes who said that. But if I was a Southampton fan, I'd be a bit nervous listening to him, actually. I'd be thinking, no, Ralph, we want the first team. We want to see the first 11 out and rotate against Villa in the league at the weekend. Rest the players that you need to rest. But he did say there's some players in his team don't need rested and they can cope with 3 games a week. He said there's some players he's got that they're okay playing 3 times a week. He's not worried about them. It's the ones that got long-term injuries or at risk of an injury. He's got to protect them ones, but the rest of them, they're fine to carry on. Sets it up for a bloody good game, though. I think the league games, I'm not so much for, because I know what Moyes is going to do, bar 1 or 2 positions. Tonight, I've got no idea. I'm expecting Areola, Diop, and Benrahma, maybe Vlasic as well. But beyond that, I'm not sure there'll be too many other changes. I think we might see 4 or 5, and that's it. I'm nervous for our lineup, but I'm also nervous for Southampton's. I don't know what Ralph Hasenhüttl is going to do. And then when you see the lineups, your feelings towards the outcome of the game may change. I just hope I agree with someone in the live chat. I can't find the comment. Hey, Dean, win or lose tonight. I hope it doesn't go the full 120 minutes. I agree with that. We don't need extra time. Pablo.
It's a tough one, actually. I actually could give him an 8 as well because I thought I counted. Wow. Yeah, I thought he was sensational. I thought all the best passes in the game all came from him. Thought he was brilliant. Started off ball over the top for Bowen. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. You're right.
I can't believe your score. I'm genuinely shocked at that.
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely fantastic there. Just so many incisive balls, really, as you alluded to, travel with the ball really well, and was orchestrating a lot of the stuff there with Fornals and Lanzini and Antonio. lots of that stuff was with him, and a little pain in the arse actually, because I don't know what they did. They all decided to wear some blue boots, right? Because normally I like to wear a different colour boot. Oh, crikey. The last thing I need is Lanzini and Fornals in the same boots. So I didn't mistake it. I didn't look at the numbers. I wasn't watching these passes to Lanzini. I think, oh, great ball, Fornals. Actually, it was Lanzini. And then Ben Rama came on. He had the boots. And Vlasic had the blue boots as well. I thought, oh, for goodness sake. One of you had red, one of you had yellow, one of you had white, one of you had blue. Anyway, really, really good. There was a beautiful chip ball over the top, slide rule ball, quickly taken free kick. Honestly, from our team, I thought actually, Lanzini had a really good pass, to be fair, but 4 or 5 of our best passes were all Fornals. And I thought he's making it almost a little different role there. No width, no running down, no left foot, but really coming in and making up that extra number. I thought he was very, very good. Well, clearly.
I'll give him a 6. I actually thought first half he was really good. I was thoroughly enjoying it. It was almost like you said, a new role for him. I thought he was doing good. Second half, I thought he faded a little bit. I don't think he was as good in the second half, and you thought he gave the ball away cheaply on a couple of occasions. But saying that, should never have been substituted. Why Moyes took him off? Well, I was going to say I don't know. I do know, because he didn't want to sub one of his favourite players. It's just easier to take Fornals off the pitch. But as soon as he went off, we just lost anything. Anything we had, any composure we had, any momentum, any little attacks that we had was just gone. We didn't have anything coming from the left-hand side of the pitch because he was off the pitch. Didn't have anything coming from the right-hand side of the pitch because Ben Johnson wasn't playing well enough. We could only go down the middle with Declan Rice, really, and that was it. So I think the sub was hugely wrong, but I just don't think he was doing quite enough in the second half. So I can kind of see why Moyes took him off, but I still think it was wrong. I just hope going forward we don't milk this new role for Fornals information so that it stops working. We're guilty of doing this too often, where we find something, whether it's because we come up with it or we stumble upon it one way or another. We come up with this new way of playing, this new system, this new tactic, and we just keep using it. And even when it's not working, we just keep using it because we're hopeful. And I'd just like us to pick and choose the games we use this new role for Fornals. Right, this game coming up with Liverpool. All right, it's probably a good game to put him in. Let's go. Who got after that? Villa at home. Not so sure about that one. Maybe we'll convert back to 4-2-3-1 for this game. I'd like to see us switch up a little bit. Certainly have it there in our arsenal, but only use it as and when. But Fornals, I'll give him a 6. But I would have given an 8 for the first half, if you like. Creative, but I don't know. There's just something about it. I wasn't as impressed by Fornals last night as I was against Wolves, for example. Possibly because we missed out in Creswell. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt for that.
And remember, you can get all this and much, much more over on patreon.com/HammersChat. Link in the description below. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next time.